welcome to another video. This is a very special video celebrating my channel reaching 100 subscribers and reaching over 20,000 views in total. So thank you all so much for that. And for this special occasion, I'll be reviewing a very special train, the Amtrak Acela Express by Bachmann. So a bit of background information on this train. 20 train sets were built by Alstom and Bombardier and were delivered in 2001. And each train set features 2 power cars and 6 coaches. And in normal service, they reach speeds of up to 150 miles per hour, making them the fastest train sets in America and the only actual high-speed trains. However, during service, their average speeds are normally around the 70 mile per hour mark, so they're definitely not as fast as high-speed trains in France or China or so. Now, this Bachmann model is pretty old. I got it in 2009, and they have since retooled it and redone it with DCC fitting. However, this one, I believe, is DCC ready, but I'm not sure where to put the chip in, and I think you have to take the body off, which is really difficult. So this train is just DC for now. So let's get started with reviewing the power car. So here you have, of course, the very streamlined nose, because it is a high-speed train. Power car number 2017. On the front you have the red Amtrak logo. Now, as of, I believe, like 2010 or 2012, Amtrak have replaced the red logo with a blue Amtrak logo on the front, so it's not red anymore. And you can probably see that in my intro, as I've attached real footage of an Acela. So yeah, on the front, the Amtrak logo. And actually, you can take this front nose cone off. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit. There you go. You can take the front nose cone off to attach 2 units together, like this. However, in real life, that never happens, but for towing and stuff and maintenance, so other locos like diesel locomotives can attach and pull the train. So very nice. You have working ditch lights, because it's an American train. So all trains must have flashing lights when the horn blows, as you can see on the bottom here. The skirting down here, the nice gray skirting to protect the wheels. You have the very nice Acela logo, very nicely printed on here. You have this really fine red line just lining the whole train, bringing the whole like livery together with the nice blue and silver and red, just looking very nice. And you even have opening doors to the cab, which is very nice indeed. Molded handrails in there. And then you have very nice separately applied step to the cab. And very nice bogie detail, including the little hydraulics for the tilting mechanism, because this train does tilt to achieve the highest possible speeds in service without slowing down for curves. So Amtrak implemented a tilting system. However, it's not available on the whole network, just certain parts of it. I think south of New York it's allowed only. Over here you have the nice big Acela Express logo. Very nice. And the cooling grills nicely molded on the side here. And then up top you just have some more grills and vents. And you have very nice overhead detail. You have this like yellow-orange line, which I'm not sure what it's for, but I don't know, American fans can comment below. You have nice capacitors for the pantographs over here. You can just get a close-up. Very nice separately applied wire and little plastic molded pieces, very nice. And this white wire going all the way here to the pantograph. These pantographs are very nicely done. All you do is just press down and the pantograph springs up. Nice red pantograph. And as you can see, if we can zoom in, little coils and stuff. It's quite dusty. Yeah, this train is quite dusty because I haven't run it in a few years. It's been in my basement because since I started my British layout, I haven't run it as much. So yeah, excuse the dust and lint. But yes, pantograph has very, very nice detail. And towards the back here, this box can be removed for a pantograph selector switch. So you can actually select between track power and pantograph power. And I actually have a funny story about this because when I got this train in Christmas of 2009 and I put it on the track, it just wouldn't work at all. I tried everything, I cleaned the tracks, but it wouldn't work. And so my parents and I thought it would be best to go and return it. So on Christmas Day, we went back to my model shop and there was a line of about 50 people with their own Acela Express train sets, and theirs wouldn't work either. And so apparently the whole batch of these that was made around the fall and winter of 2009, every single train in the batch had the pantograph selector switch to pantograph power. So if you put it on the track and with a standard controller, it wouldn't work. So that was a factory fault that thankfully they fixed for further batches. But unfortunately, I happened to get my train from the batch that wouldn't work on regular track. So yeah. Towards the back, you have the nice paneling. Again, the Acela logo. And then back here, you have the little buffers to keep the passenger cars, to have them ride as smoothly as possible when stopping and stuff. And of course the diaphragms to allow the driver to walk between the train. And the Acela Express has a proprietary coupler, just like the Class 350, only it does not conduct electricity. As you can see here, it's just a little plastic connector that you just slide in. Wait, it's upside down. Yeah, you just slide in, and then you just connect it to the rest of the train. So yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for the power unit, and then I'll just quickly move on to one of the cars. So first up we have the first class car, which is very nice. I love the Acela livery because it has like these artistic splotches around the train, just making it stand out from other trains, which normally most Amtrak trains are just plain silver with a red, white, and blue stripe. But the Acela Express is very different and very unique with this special livery it has. So starting from the front, again, we have those little buffers to keep the ride as smooth as possible so the train cars wouldn't just bump into each other. And you have the diaphragm and the doors so passengers can walk between the coaches safely. Very nice first class printed logo. And then down here you have very nice bogie detail with pickups to you can see wires because every single coach is lit. So when I'm running it on the track, I'm going to see if I can get some night shots. You can see the lights perfectly. Just little bins underneath for the electrics and stuff. And again, this really nice red Amtrak line down here tying the whole livery together. And if you can see that very, very nice interior detail. You can see the seats and the chairs and the tables. This is first class. So each seat pair has a table. So yes, very nice. Ooh, just focus in. Yeah. So yes, very, very nice indeed. And then a little window at the back. And the car number is 3210. And then a little destination board, which does not light up and doesn't show anything. So that's a bit of a disappointment. And then of course the door to get out, which I don't understand why, but this side doesn't have a door, but this side does. So if you want to get off the train in real life, all passengers have to walk on this side, which I don't really understand, but I'm sure somebody can explain that for me. Then, if I can just zoom in on this detail, you have the disabled access sign. It's a little person in a wheelchair right there. And then if you can barely see that, that says Acela. Ooh, I think you could have seen that. Acela, and I believe that says first class. I'm not sure. Oh, no, it says welcome. So yeah, Acela and welcome. Next to the door. Very nice. And then on the other side, basically the same. Have the first class logo again. Another small window. And yeah, so basically the same as the other side. And then on the top we have air conditioning and cooling vents, which are very nice, separately applied etched grills, so they're not molded. And you can even see through the vents if you look closely. So yes, very nice. Very nice. And then quickly move on to the next car, which is the cafe car. So all trains have to have a cafe car, because these trains make the 7.5-hour journey all the way from Boston, all the way in the Northeast down to Washington, D.C. So the passengers will get hungry on that like almost 8-hour journey. So all trains have to have a cafe car. So of course the nice splotch logo. And this part is blocked out because obviously this is the kitchen where they heat up the food and stuff. And if you see that, it says Cafe Acela. And then the little Acela logo and welcome, just like on the first class car. This car number is 3316. More splotch logos. And then the little destination board again. And then on this side, we have more detail. The logo again. And if you can see inside, tables and chairs. Little bar stools through the windows, if you can see that. Which are very, very nice. You can even see the little counter where they sell the food and drinks from. So yes, Bachmann have done a very excellent job on this with their interior detail. And then on the top, basically the same thing as the other coach with the vents and stuff. And then we'll have a look at business class, which is just regular class really. So this is first class, and this is cafe car, and then business class. Now this is what the trains are mostly made of. So I think they have one first class, one cafe car, and then 4 business class cars. So yes, business class logo. And as you can see, still very good detail inside with the chairs and the tables. And then just the seats facing forward. So yes, excellent interior detail throughout this whole model. And then 3532 is the car number. Just quickly give you an overview. Underneath you have the pickups for the lights again. And then Bachmann, made in China. And then, yeah, pretty much the same on all of them with the vents on the top. So yes. And then I'll just quickly show you the unpowered unit, which is number 2036. Which is identical to this unit, except this one is much, much heavier. Has a really large motor and is has a die-cast frame, I think, to give it as much traction as possible to haul a full 6-car train. So yeah, still very nice. The door is still open on this one. Yep, very nice. Pantographs spring up just fine. I think when I was a bit younger, something caught on to this pantograph, which kind of broke it and bent it to stand up a bit too much. Because I think this is regular height and this is like kind of broken. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. So yeah, just keep them down like that. And so yeah, now that the train is reviewed, let's put her on the track and see how she runs. So for the running part of the video, I brought up some old Bachmann Easy tracks from my American layout, as it's the only track that the Acela will run on. So I'll set some up here and we'll get some running shots of the train. So here we are with the train and track all set up. Excuse the CSX train, that was just used to test out the loop. So I have a huge loop running all the way through the family room and the little level crossing over there. So yeah, just to give the Acela a nice long run. So before we start, just want to show you coupling up the Acela and how it's done. Basically very similar to most other multiple units with the proprietary couplings. So you just lie it down on the ground. Wait, first class goes first. Just lie it down on the ground. Make sure they line up and just slide it together like that. And then simply do that for the rest of the cars like so. And another quick thing before we start off. In real life, Acela Expresses run with the pantograph leading the direction of travel up on both units. So if the train is going this way, then this pantograph would be up and this pantograph would be up. So yes, what can I say? An excellent model by Bachmann, exceptional interior detail, and a nice smooth motor which can take it to prototypical speeds of 150 miles per hour. So yes, if you model Amtrak on the Northeast Corridor, then I recommend getting it. So I think that's it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much again for 100 subscribers and over 20,000 channel views. And I hope that I can get to 200 real soon. So that's it for this video. Bye, and thanks for watching.